we are talking about reality and challenges of sustainability, and someone representing the Latvian Corporate Social Responsibility Platform, which is NGO, and Sustainability Partners as a board member, Agnese Alksne-Bensone, is the one to ask. What is the situation here? And Agnes, maybe you can also reflect a little bit on what was said already on this conference. Is there anything to add on that too? Yes. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me floor. Thank you for inviting me here. I think that education institutions is a crucial part of everything what we are going through as a society, as a business, for this enormous transition period. And I was very happy to hear that Angelica mentioned that students were saying, no, they don't know anything in Paris about Arctic. And that's the thing. We should localize our global initiatives and we should take action. And actually you as a young generation should do it. We are old folks who just live on a big ship, and we are thinking the ways how we can actually change it and how we rebuild it already from the standing institutions. You as a young generation will come in as not only employees but also as new generation of owners of companies, and you will have different ideas, different rules. You can be spoiled by some management studies in some universities who doesn't teach sustainability and still try to run business as usual, but it will be short term. So if you want to be an owner long term, people like you want to create something valuable that stays long after you are not here anymore, then maybe you should think about this idea of sustainable business development. Also, I was very happy to hear that we are talking about the BREEAM certification already as a case study, but there is one number that totally shocked my mind when I found it out, that in Latvia we have only one public building that was certified by BREEAM, and it took 10 years. So it was in 2013 when the process started, and as a public government, as a customer in this case, was ready and willing to actually build something sustainable, climate neutral, respecting the energy efficiency and everything the rest. So I will today, who am I to talk about it? For last 10-15 years, I think. I have been working with sustainability issues in different roles, in different cases, also in anti-corruption, lobbying, pure business protection, and also I had an opportunity to be in an organization called Transparent International about anti-corruption. So 10 years ago, I founded the organization CSR Latvia, and we do research. We do see what's happening, and we are very happy to say that there is change in the business landscape. And I will talk about this change. Will it hit me? Do you know what it is? It's about avalanche. Avalanche of snow, avalanche of huge, massive power, and we call it avalanche of regulation. Europe has decided to framework sustainability in regulation. So, as already mentioned, finance sector was pushed to do change. And a few years back, when this was not on the agenda, I said that sustainability will actually become a reality when finances will follow this transition. So it means if we are talking about money, then we understand, the business understands the term. Because capitalism is perfect. It should not be changed. What we are dealing here, it's European Green Deal. You have heard about it. So, and all of the Green Deal has pack of different types of legal acts. These acts are in enormous fast way moving through the bureaucracy of European Union. I have never seen a directive pushed through less than a year for corporate corporate sustainability reporting. So we are talking about a massive change right on the spot, and There are another regulation, what's called Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directive, that will push companies to be aware of their supply chain and value chain also. Another pack of documents is regulating how business should look at their product. And we call it circular economy. So we are talking about that future of business will be how to transition from linear to circular. What to do? If I have a company, this old ship already, I'm not talking about the new ones. The new ones, no. You can develop your business model from the day one. We are talking about the old ship. It's understand your company is in a scope or no. So it means you will be hit with the avalanche or no. So the information is out there. You can just check and see if you go through. Ask your clients if they are in a scope, because there will be 50,000 companies in Europe affected by the regulation already. Only one I'm talking about. So ask the clients if they are in scope. Invest time to read the free guidelines, the law. It's complicated. Ask for help. Go to education programs. All consultants are now actually giving a lot of information, very detailed. You should do. And overlook your business model and product impact beyond your product door. It means that regulation is asking you to be responsible after your product has left the production premises. What the client do with this product, where it is shipped, how it is shipped, what do you do after you throw it away, how to reduce the 8.6% waste, what reusable only waste, how we can actually use waste to create new products. Next thing is challenges value chain. Huge and hard topic. We had previously a discussion with one of our speakers here today, and he said, like, we know everything about our suppliers. From one scope to 3 scopes, we know everything. Large ships don't know. Being honest, they don't know. They don't know, and what they do, they create systems how to mitigate risks. So who are you? How big are you? How impactful are you? These are the questions. How to know about your supplier? Talk to them. Not only write an email, have an interview. Talk to them, have a conversation, have a discussion about what we can do to actually reach out and do it. For example, if you want to change the packaging of your product, what does it mean? You have to go and sit with your supplier and ask, what do you need to change that? This is how actually work retail companies. Sometimes they have a real need to change part of the product. So what they do, they ask, what do you need? Usually the answer is, we need more sales. So as much more sales we have, then we actually can change the product. So how does it come that the growth actually is challenged by sustainability? So it's interesting. Create code of conduct for suppliers. Look back at the UPB presentation, they had a very good action points about how to work with suppliers. Educate, audit, report, communicate, and create together some value and some propositions to actually change the system. Only CO2 reduction. Have you seen everybody is now climate neutral, yes? Do you believe the data? Do you believe them? It's on a brig of greenwashing. Like, there are around 6 ways how companies can greenwash. Green shushing, green cherry picking, green hiding, green everything else. So there's a lot. There's a Planet Radar who is actually following it. You have seen also this boundary transparent. So it means that we, from 9 critically valuable assets of our life on Earth, we have used already 6. And we are using it continuously. And as we are growing as a population in the world, we are continuing doing it. But I would say in the moment when you are stop changing light bulbs to be energy efficient, your next step is circular economy. The only way out from actually taking action is circular economy. So looking at your product, how you earn money, what is the real cost of your product? Is it social? Is it environmental? Your real cost. Is it circular? What can I do with the product or service after it? If not, create an action plan. Start working with this today, because even if the avalanche of regulation is not hitting you today, it might hit you after 5 years, because you will grow, most probably. The other one, this is for those who are in the scope. You call it double materiality. For years, I have been working with business, educating them in different kind of programs about sustainability, and we always struggled with this idea that I was always telling them, it's not only about how you impact world, environment and social issues, but also how these social issues, the mega trends, climate change, pollution, urbanization, digitalization, robotization, how all these issues actually impact your business. How you will react. Do you have a plan? Do you have a prognosis? Who will hit you and when? What kind of plants you have to plant today that will grow in next 10 and 15 years? It was already mentioned. In Latvia, we have, we think that forest is like, I mean, we have our forestry is our main industry. But today we have to know what kind of trees we have to plant, so the quality is the same, for example, for birch trees or something like that. Or we think that water is not the problem in Latvia. I think we have a problem in Latvia. Few more weeks added to the summer, hot summer, it will actually reduce our options to have free available water on our lands. And we have to be aware of that this is also our problem. So, on what extent can you maintain your existing relationships and these resources, what you have around you? You have to ask this question. So, that's why you have to define the scope, define sustainability issues that actually is material to you, how they will impact your finances. This is the crucial question, because if business was asking this question like not very seriously, because it was something that was done, the sustainability by communication department. But now the framework is actually pushing, the regulations pushing to answer the question how these sustainability trends will actually impact your finances. Will you be able to survive? Non-financial impacts, evaluate the significance. Sometimes we have only 1% of evil business in our different businesses. But maybe this 1% is actually something that damages our reputation, that's actually costing us in some kind of economy, we create some disruptions, or in the environment. So evaluating significance, even sometimes 1% can be a damage for the ecosystem. Develop action plans, monitor and report. It's all in a framework of regulations, but this is something that if you are not following up everything what you do, then sometimes the sustainability strategy just stays in a shelf when somebody else comes in and maybe reads it, if it's their job. And also, I would like to ask a question, do you know what you impact and how much does it cost? These are young people who are protesting the greenwashing. And even in Latvia, we would say that we are very silent. We are people with action. We just take our bags, leave the country, no word said, and even not a goodbye. So maybe we will not be the country who will go out and strike or protest about the climate. But we are definitely part of the system, and our clients are part of the system. It was very painful for me to know that recently we had research about that only 1/5 of, only 20% of, not only, but there are 20% of people in Latvia who don't care if we, for example, are still cooperating as business with Russia or Belarus. So I think that's these 20%, I don't know, what do you think? It's a lot or not? But I think it is crucial to think about what is our also, as a citizen's responsibility, where our wallet stands and what we do. If we are not going and protesting, then maybe we are not buying the products or services that are not responsible. Risk assessment analysis is the king. All the regulation are talking about a risk assessment. Would you risk the growth of your business due to sustainability matters? That's a rhetoric question. You should answer it to yourself if you are a business who are thinking about future. So create a risk assessment or introduce sustainability issues in your risk assessment. You will be so surprised, but companies, most of them don't have a risk assessment policy. And that's amazing. So this is the time when you are pushed by the avalanche of regulation to actually do the work and put your business on paper. Assess, think about, invite people, invite your team to talk about sustainability. Who are your team? Usually, when we think about sustainability, it's here. HR department, communications department. I'm talking about finances, regulation, compliance, procurement, customers, quality, what do with waste. So we are talking about that the issues in the structure scheme of organization is all over the place. You can find all bits of information and data. Another crucial part. I'm not talking about it because I think everybody is talking about data. So this is why I didn't put it here, but it's also a challenge. We have a lot of data in our companies sometimes, but we don't know how to use it. So this is also an opportunity to put together everything and talk about numbers. This was very short. It was 15 minutes of the time, but Earth is what we all have in common. So we should not forget about it when we make any kind of business decisions. Thank you.
Thank you, Agnes. It is so complicated, actually, to be sustainable in the business. For example, I was coming here and I printed all the information on the cards. Those are sustainable cards. I reuse them every time. But then there is a printed part of it. Then I thought, no, I can't come up to the sustainability conference with these paper cards. I need a computer. That eats some energy. So how to find out? It's so complicated in every single step of a day.
And actually, when you start to find out, you feel so bad. And powerless to change anything.
And then you're like, whatever.
And then it's like, then you ask, like, who is asking me that? And if I'm not doing it, what will happen? And it's like, nothing. And then it's like, okay, again, question repeatedly, like, why I'm doing it. So there are some regulation that actually will punish you if you are not doing that. And it's due to the fact that it will be regulation about human rights violations and environmental violation of environment. So, but most of the regulation doesn't ask you anything, or you are not getting anything out of it.
No problem.
Like no punishment, no problem. So basically, we have to look at the mechanisms of economy that will push me to do it. For example, if you are throwing out your cards and they are plastic, and they will send you a bill for not recycled material, then you will say, okay, next time I will maybe use something different.
So it is about money.
Yes. I'm sorry.
All right.
Yes, but value-based. I mean, you, in one point of time, you will just grow into that. I mean, in Latvia economy, sorry, one second. In Latvia economy, and businesses, we are just 30 years mature. The other business, like Western organizations business, they had a time to adjust for these good values and business models and everything, but we have to jump over it because we can have time 100 years to still wait to mature. So we have to just understand this is what is happening. We are pushed by them to think differently, and unfortunately, we don't have time.
So get prepared, otherwise you will be hit by that avalanche.
Exactly.